Hello, welcome to New Europe Studios, where you can watch us make the news. I'm Sean Dunn, and today I'm speaking with Xavier Rossey. He's one of the organizers of the International Comedy Week here in Brussels.
Just for Laughs Comedy Week, yes.
Right, it's part of the Just for Laughs festival, which you may know from Montreal or Paris. It's been in Brussels for 4 years now, and this will be the first year with comedy in English. Could you tell us a little bit about the genesis of this festival?
In Belgium, you mean,
right.
The English part of the festival. Yeah, I mean, it's been taking place for 4 years now, and we wanted to implement one week in English because I've already been organizing comedy in Brussels in English for 2 years. So the idea was to team with the Just for Laughs, I mean the Juste pour Rire French section of Just for Laughs, and do something this year in English. So I kind of took a best of all the comedians I've had in the last 2 years in Brussels and put them all in 1 week. Plus adding a couple headliners for May 2nd, the Friday show with Al Loubel and Pete Johansson, who are coming specially for this event. So yeah, we are very thrilled and excited to have such quality comedians in Brussels. We have 10 nationalities and 15 comedians performing all in English.
Wow. And some of these comedians aren't native English speakers, so it's
Indeed.
a great opportunity for them to enter the English-speaking comedy circuit and make Brussels a major stop in the comedy circuit in Europe.
Most of them already perform in English. Also, the thing is that a good part of the audience in Brussels don't have English as a first language. So it's always better to have comedians who they can relate to more. And if the comedian himself is kind of an expat in some way, it makes the interaction better. Because if we have only comedians, really British English comedians, speaking about British politics, British TV series, then the audience here, most part of them, they don't get it. If you have Scandinavians, Italians, whatever, they don't get these jokes.
Right.
Whilst when you have comedians from different backgrounds, also speaking perfect English or almost perfect, then you understand them better and there's better interaction. And this is what has been going now for 2 years at the English Comedy Nights, and that now we put in the International Comedy Week.
Right. And I'm assuming that going forward, you're hoping for this to become an annual event, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And hopefully more comedians every year, like more
indeed.
notoriety.
Yes. Yeah, because I mean, Juste pour Rire has been taking place now for 4 years, and we hope that if this works now with the International Comedy Week, then obviously we'll try to have it every year, and having more and more comedians coming. I mean, in Montreal now you have 1,500 shows and about 2 million guests coming in something like 2 weeks' time, you know. Or Edinburgh, you have shows like 200 shows per day,
right?
You know? So if we can get this to Brussels, I mean, but just watching Belgian politics, you already have some shows per day, you know. Yeah. So and that's free,
right? And so, where can people find out more about this festival or buy tickets?
There is the English Comedy Brussels Facebook page. There is the justepourrire.com. I mean, it's JPRBXL, Juste pour Rire Brussels, JPRBXL.com. I mean, it's advertised everywhere. I think it should be.
I've seen the posters all around and flyers, but for those that maybe haven't been in the loop.
Yeah, I've been living in another planet and don't know what's happening in Brussels. Yeah.
Are there any certain comedians you would really like to talk about that we're very fortunate to have coming to Brussels?
Yes, actually, our big headliner of the week is Al Loubel, and he was 5 times on the David Letterman show. He toured with Jerry Seinfeld, he toured with Bill Hicks, and now he's in London until September, I think. So it was the perfect opportunity to have him in Brussels, because he's doing some European dates. So he will be in Paris, then in Ghent, and then in Brussels. And yeah, he's a fantastic comedian. It's all nonsense. He can go like half an hour about his name, just Al Loubel, you know, and making jokes about this, and it's completely nonsense. Great writer. He used to be a lawyer before, so you know, it's
well,
all very funny.
He's got a lot to work with now.
Yeah. And then obviously Pete Johansson, also a Canadian guy. I think we spoke about him. We have Nigel Williams, who's a fantastic British comedian who's been living in Belgium for 20 years, and he's a big star in Flanders because he performs in Dutch usually.
Right.
Although he's English. He's a big star in Flanders, performing in English in Brussels. We have Adam Fields from the UK as well, and he's part of the Amsterdam scene. He lives in Amsterdam. We have Sula Notos from Greece. We have Ryan Pandey from India. Yania Gisilau from Australia, a really, really great guy. Andy Valver, who's American Estonian actually, also performing in Germany and in the US and everywhere in the world. Great comedian about, you know, expat life and expat experience and nonsense. You know, what would you think about one country? Italians are like this, or Spanish are like this. And he has a sketch called Europe as a Family, which is totally hilarious. And everybody in the crowd from different nationality can relate to that.
Right.
And he's great, really fantastic comedian.
And Brussels is really a perfect setting for a comedy like that because of the diversity of
Exactly.
culture we have here
Yeah.
as the capital of Europe,
Yeah.
and a large expat community that
And
is
the fun
growing.
thing is that everyone can make fun of everyone. You know?
Right.
And no one will feel like more hurt or whatever, because then there is something coming next, not for you but for the one next to you, you know, so everybody laughs about everybody.
Right.
This is the fun thing.
You've also got some personal projects that maybe you'd like to tell us about.
About me?
You're a musician also, journalist.
Yeah, I mean, like many artists, you have to do many things.
Right.
So yeah, I'm basically a musician. I sing rock in French. And, have an album out. But maybe we can talk about this some other time. You know, I don't know.
Right.
I want to focus on the comedy today.
I see. Okay.
But we'll be back. Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for joining
welcome.
us. It
Thank
was
you
a
for
real
having
treat.
me.
And hopefully all of you out there will go to see some of these great comedians and help to make this an annual event.
Exactly. So Monday 28th of April, Tuesday 29th, Wednesday 30th. May 1st we have a break, and Friday 2nd of May in Place Flagey for the last evening.
All right. We hope to see you all there. I'm Sean Dunn with New Europe Studios, where you can watch us make the news.